We've made it. Final one of these we'll do for 1070 The Fans YouTube channel alongside Bob Lovell, Greg Rakestraw with you down to the final 4 basketball games of the IHSAA boys basketball season, better known as the 109th IHSAA boys basketball state tournament. Classes 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A all on Saturday at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. And Bob, I'm sure we say this every year, but seriously, we think we're going to have 4 great games coming up on Saturday.
Oh, I think so. I really do. And yes, we do say it every year.
Yes. But this year we mean it.
But I think we mean it as much as we do in those terms. But if you look at the storylines, the matchups, the quality of play that these teams have exhibited to this point, I think you're right. I think you can build a case that these are 4 pretty evenly matched championship games with some really outstanding quality players.
We'll take them game by game. The 1A matchup, numbers 1 and numbers 2. And frankly, if you asked us in November, we play in the state championship, it'd be these 2 teams, Blackhawk Christian and Bar Reeve.
They played in late December in a tournament down in southern Indiana. Blackhawk won that one. It was an interesting game. It was an overtime game. And really kind of I think a foreboding of what was going to happen. What's interesting is you don't say this a lot in 1A. I think one of the big keys in this game is in the post.
Yes.
I mean, both have, Caleb First is 6'10" for Blackhawk Christian. Blackhawk has played number 1 all year long. And I think the matchup in that single A game in the post is probably one of the big keys in the game.
Bar Reeve has 6'6" and 6'8". Blackhawk Christian has 6'7" and 6'10". I don't know what to talk about in the 1A level. It's why these are 2 of the best teams in the state, regardless of classification. In 2A, maybe not the teams we expected, but 2 outstanding teams and 2 great programs that one will take home a first-time boys basketball state championship, Andrean and Linton Stockton.
I love the game. I love the fact that these are 2 teams that have history, haven't been here for a while, but have great history. You look at Linton Stockton, and the first thing that strikes you is this is a team that shoots the ball extremely well. They end the ball, literally, with the Shenandoah matchup, game's over at the quarter. Because they came out and lit up the scoreboard. And if you're Brad Stengel and Andrean, the big thing you have to do is not have that happen to you. Not to begin with, but throughout the game, you got to find their 3-point shooters. And I think pace, as we're probably going to say in a lot of these games, pace is really a big deal.
You talk about pace, 3A contest, I think it will be a clash of styles. Silver Creek making their first ever appearance in a boys basketball state championship against last year's champs in Culver Academy. And while Silver Creek is the 2nd leading scoring team in the state, only behind Blackhawk Christian, what Culver is known for is their defense.
They really are. They're a team that can play at a quicker pace, but I think if you ask Mark Galloway and his guys, they're good to play at half court. And you have to guard them. And the other thing about this Culver Academy team, they won by playing great defense a year ago, but it's a Silver Creek team that can play at a quick pace and play it well. And we talked about Linton Stockton being able to shoot the ball. That's what Silver Creek can do. I think what's really going to be interesting is at which pace will the game be played, and who's ever to impose their will on the other, clearly I think has a great shot.
Simply put, numerous Division I players on both sides in this championship game. And then in 4A, Carmel and Ben Davis. I'm not sure we have to say any more, but knowing us, we're going to. Rematch in the 2nd year in a row that the MIC has had both teams in the state championship game. It was 49-39 when they played on January the 25th, a Carmel win. What's your expectation for the tenor of this game this time around?
I think this is slug it out at half court. I mean, I think that when you cross midcourt and you're in the scoring area, you're going to have to work to get a good shot every time down the floor. I really do. You talk about matchups. We started out by talking about matchups in the post. How about we finish it with matchups in the post? John Michael Malloy for Carmel and DeJuan Jones for Ben Davis. Clearly different styles of players, different types, but it begins inside and works its way out. Both teams play great defense. Both teams have tremendous athletes. They're extremely well coached. The dynamic that you and I are impressed with is Ryan Osborne, Don Carlisle, Jaguars, played at IUPUI. Donnie coached at IUPUI and coached Ryan. We love these guys with all our hearts. That notwithstanding, these are 2 really good basketball teams. Style, I don't think pace is a big thing in this. I think this is, again, this game's going to be played at half court. You're going to have to take and make good shots, get on the glass, and it's a low possession type game, and you better make some plays at the end.
We would love to see it at Bankers Life Fieldhouse on Saturday. Tickets are $15 per session or $30 for the entire day. If you can't make it, you can watch the games on Fox Sports Indiana, or you can listen right here on 107.5 FM and 1070 The Fan. For Bob Lovell, this is Greg Rakestraw. Thanks for spending your month of March with us right here on the 1070 The Fan YouTube channel.